Mr. Spew reinforcing the idea that there is a constant curve of learning. Sydney well and truly out in front, but still wanting to do it a little better each time.
Fizgig going to the box there for forearms.
That, of course, leaves Sydney with a power jam situation. Fast lap, able to score all of the points, and I believe she will. She's done with her initial pass. South Sea's leaning forward, trying to make the clock go quicker, make that 30 seconds elapse as quickly as they can. Blockers supporting each other, holding fast lap back, needing the bridge. Fast lap completely frustrated by that excellent blocking there.
South Sea locking it down. Fizgig fighting her way through.
South Sea managing to find the outside line.
She's only got 2 more blockers to beat. And she's through.
Skipping a jump through on the inside apex, but that jam being called.
Having a first jam for today, we've got Slayer Kinney on the line for Sydney, up against Danny Darko for South Sea.
Danny Darko trying to find a space on the outside line there, looking for help from Assault and Pepper, but Assault is off doing her own thing now. Danny Darko managing to shove her sweep out of the way. And for the first time in this game, we see South Seas as lead jammer. Slayer Kinney will be largely undaunted by that. She's got the pace to be able to catch up and put pressure on the pack.
Salt and Tripper tried to break up the pack there, but unfortunately went for a penalty.
Nice work. South Sea is adding to their scoreboard 4 points in that pass. More than halfway through the first half, Sydney looking very strong indeed, with Moody back on the jammer line. Anorexia putting down the commentator's microphone for a moment to actually join on the track as the jammer. Unfortunately for her, she has been called off for a high block.
Pure Energy trying to make the pack go faster. Help her out.
And Moody rewarded with a 5-point pass.
Moody getting pinballed around and she's through.
Tidosaurus and Black Mamba unable to hold Moody back. Rexy catching a shoulder there from Sydney.
We've got Fizgig for South Sea up against Fast Lap. Fizgig bringing out a burst of energy there.
Fast lap piling on the pace there. Fizgig yelling out to her teammates. She wants them to help her break through that wall.
Determined to get some points.
Fast lap helping out the referees, saying, I scored 2 points. Referee looks blankly back at her, saying, no, you didn't. Less than 10 minutes left in this first half. Sydney in a very, very strong position. Danny Darko will jam for South Sea. And she's up against Moody from Sydney. Moody zigzags in the front there with the pack.
Danny being shot down by that Sydney wall.
Moody through for another 5-point pass. Danny Darko doing it tough there in the back there. It's all brawn going on here. Little fakie to the right. She's through. And Pants, players on the South Sea side will start to get pretty tired, pretty fatigued fairly quickly with every hit that they take from these blockers. That's going to be a little bit of energy sapped from them.
It really drains you every single time.
I'm guessing that this sort of sunshine is something that Melbourneites aren't used to seeing as well. They just want it to be rainy, rainy, rainy.
Rainy and dreary.
So it's going to be pretty hot conditions for them.
I think both teams are doing well with the air conditioning on today, though, so that's working in everybody's favour. And the jam whistle went, but everybody was waiting, playing the waiting game.
Juicy Vengeance forced back behind the pack. Assault and Pepper had hoped that she was forced back behind her as well, but not to be the case.
Fizgig pushing away through, popping out the top.
Juicy Vengeance nearly half a lap behind, but catching up as Fizgig is forced to a standstill after scoring 1 point. South Sea's total up to 7 points now.
We've got fast lap jamming for Sydney. Up against Crash Bandicoot. And fast laps through. Fast lap with those long legs of hers already joins back the pack. Crash Bandicoot putting on some speed, trying to catch up.
Moody getting down low for Sydney. Anorexia jamming for South Sea. She finds a gap, she runs through it, and she is lead jammer for South Seas. That means Anorexia gets the opportunity to call this jam off. That means she can stop Sydney from scoring any points. She charges those hips past. Unfortunately, cuts the track before she calls the jam off. No points awarded. No opportunity to score any more points, but Moody
I think
has
they
been
both
sent
wanted a bit
out.
of a cut track there. both cutting.
That puts Anorexia back on the track. And of course, Moody only has to serve the same amount of time that Rexy served, and that puts Moody back on the track as well. Rexy going the long way around. She's trying to avoid a track cut.
So this will now mean that the jam will go for a full 2 minutes. Both teams looking to stop the other jammer scoring points, which really is the whole idea of this game.
It's a simple game. It may not be easy, but it's certainly simple.
Just stop the other team from scoring points. No balls unless it's men derby.
And that, of course, will be the next game on this track. No, it won't be. I totally made that up. Moody getting caught behind the recycling wall of the South Seas. South Seas being careful to not draw a multiplayer block. Moody starting to look a little tired, which is possibly the first time ever that I have seen her tired at all. Like, seriously, I have never seen her tired.
Both teams trying to bring the strong defense.
This is, of course, a great opportunity to remind you that the Bont Invitational is brought to you by Bont with Roller Derby Australia, Newcastle Roller Derby League and Sydney Roller Derby League. Bont, lighter, stronger, faster.
Did they take that from Daft Punk?
I think it's pronounced Daft Bont.
Right.
Lighter, stronger, faster. Thanks also to the event sponsors, Roller Derby Heaven and Bolters. Pure Energy going for the booby touch as she goes around and gets lead jam.
Sydney with a power jam at the moment. And if you watch Pure Energy, she will get her body into some weird positions.
Pure Energy, of course, is never scared to mush up against the opposition.
When you play this sport, you really have to let your personal boundaries go. No bubbles, no personal space bubbles.
Pure Energy doesn't just worry about the apex jump for the apexes, she does the blocker jump as well.
Rexy back on the track, looking to make her way through. And I don't know about you guys, but that penalty was called pretty clearly. I could hear it from over here.
It was indeed a clockwise block. Pure Energy through for another 4 points. Rexy looking pretty fatigued as well. Like I said before, this is absolutely blistering heat for Melbourneites. Pure Energy hitting the ground hard, but she is nothing if not resilient.
And this is why we wear protective gear.
A massive jam there from Energy, bringing 14 more points to Sydney. With less than 2 minutes left in the game, I would like to say thank you to Spank Alley and Sports Clinic, Physiotherapy and Injury Management, Skian, Newcastle Entertainment Centre, which is where we're sitting right now, the officials and the volunteers. Danny Darko caught behind the wall of Sydney blockers again. In the meantime, Fast Lap streaking out ahead of the pack. Cheesley Jammer. The curious cry there from the bench manager, score the points. Pretty much the Jammers know that's what they're doing. She sticks her hips out in front of the South Seas blocker and calls the point, getting 4 points for that pass. And a big hello to all the people watching from at home. Thank you very much to the camera operators and the technical brain people for bringing you this coverage online. If you're near or in the Newcastle area, there are 2 more days, full days of competition left. So if you want to come on down, you probably should.
Yeah, do it.
Tell them at the ticket office that I sent you. Thank you also to our international guests and coaches, New York Stock Exchange, which was the group of cheeky men just sitting on the sideline there a minute ago.
They got excited.
San Fernando, who just played Callio Rolling Rainbow.
Not in the crowd.
They've obviously, oh no, they've gone away. Auckland Roller Derby, Tracy Disco Akers, Scald Eagle, Stephanie Maney and Mr. Fury.
A lot of effort goes into make these tournaments. We're all very grateful. If it wasn't for these tournaments, where would we go?
I'd be at home watching TV.
With no pants, because it's No Pants Friday.
Fisgig skips away on the outside, manages to avoid. No, she does not. A track cut is called by Totorod. Fisgig giving Moody the power jam there. Sydney will take all of this advantage. It's not likely that Moody would let this one go.
Moody taking advantage of that, scoring 5 points. Karma helping her out.
Moody, although she doesn't have the height or weight advantage, she does have the skills to be able to muscle her way past any blockers here. She scores a big 5-point pass. South Seas managing to force Moody out of bounds, making her go behind the pack there. A big win for them. In the meantime, the South Seas Jam are also caught behind the wall of Sydney.
Fisgid taking her time, but Sydney's just
No
holding
pack
it
is
back.
called. Moody getting a free pass through the pack. 4 more points for that pass. Moody through, lapping the jammer from the South Seas, meaning that she gets 5 points for that pass.
Counting down the clock. Moody's just taking her time, strolling on through.
Halftime is called by the referee. I am Melodrama.
And I'm Pants. Go and get yourself something to eat. Or drink, whatever fancies.
We'll see you
Yeah.
back here in about 12 minutes.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked. Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arms!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
And we are back from halftime here at the Newcastle Entertainment Centre.
In Newcastle, if you didn't know that.
It seemed a logical place to put it,
Does.
really. Yes, indeed. Both teams have been gear checked by referees. Thank you very much to the referees. They do a huge job. Generally, they do 5 games back to back. And they skate just as hard as the players do. They certainly smell as much as the players do. So thank you very much to our referees. Thank you also to our non-skating officials, the ones that keep track of the penalties and the score and the lineups and do the camera work and make the technical plugging in bits go well with the other bits.
Make the thing work.
And Pants, thank you to you.
No worries, thank you to you. If we weren't here, this would be silent. It'd be eerie. No noises.
You may prefer that, but really it's not up to you at home. we have the microphones here. And I can tell you with my microphone that Sydney Roller Derby League have fielded Moody on the jam line. And she is up against Fizzgig.
And that was just clarification saying that that whistle will not start the jam. Don't want any quick rolling going on there.
Moody trying to muscle her way through and squeezes through on the outside there. She takes the lead jam. Nice positive start there for Sydney Roller Derby League.
Fizzgig making her way through, putting on some energy.
Fizzgig putting on a lot of pressure there on Sydney, forcing them to call the jam off with only 3 points scored instead of the usual 4 points.
We've got Danny Darko now up for South Sea against Fast Lap for Sydney.
Fast Lap screeching her way around the corners there. And she's hit the back of the pack around about the same time that Danny manages to make her way through for her initial pass. Fast Lap wasting no time off the game clock to call that jam off, maximising the opportunities to score for Sydney. Betty Doom jamming for the first time in this game for the South Sea Roller Derby League, bringing fresh legs to their team. In the meantime, Moody rounds the corner as lead jammer, about to hit the pack for her first scoring pass. Getting a bit of assistance there from one of the blockers. Makes her way through for 4 points from that pass.
Peggy Spew going to the box for a multiplayer.
Terrific interference there for Betty Doom. Fast Lap is back. She is up against the Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper making her way through, a little bit of tricky footwork there.
Great achievement there by South Sea blockers, managing to hold Fast Lap back. Certainly no mean feat with Fast Lap having the agility that she does. A Salt and Pepper through for a 5-point pass. And a Fast Lap only just completing her initial pass. This gives an excellent opportunity for this jam for South Sea. South Sea wanting to slow this jam down so that Assault has a bigger opportunity to score some points. However, a block sending her to the floor stops that idea in its tracks. 5 points for that jam for South Sea Roller Derby League.
Coming up to jam for the first time today, we've got Carnivore for Sydney up against Fizzgig for South Sea. A little bit of a jammer dance happening. South Sea making Karma work for it.
Carnival being forced an awfully long way back, too far back, in fact, with Harmon Miranda being sent to the penalty box for blocking out of bounds. Carnival hitting the wall of the South Seas. And just a short power jam there with Whizgig in the penalty box. 5 points to Sydney for that pass. Whizgig skating the wheels off, trying to catch up there. However, Carnivore had complete control of that jam. No points awarded to South Sea.
Farsight making her way through. Danny Darko makes her way out of the pack quickly.
South Sea managing to put pressure on Sydney to call that jam off. Moody back on the jam line for Sydney. She is up against the salt and pepper.
Who just wants to push it.
South Sea blockers managing to offer a lot of interference there.
Saya Kinney taking out a salt and pepper. We've got Farsap on the line up against Fizzjig.
Fizzjig just warming up her rap dancing moves there. She's going to bust the move just as soon as the next timeout is called.
If you look closely at Farsap, she has some handmade armbands. Very fancy. She made her own armband. She's like, I'm going to wear them. She really did. And Energy's like, they're going to fall off. And Farsap's like, aw. But they're fine. I think the elbow pad's keeping them up. Yeah. Fizzgig making her way through. Farsap coming up to the back of the pack.
Black Mamba offering lots of interference there to Farslap. That jam being called off with only 2 points added to Sydney's score. Juicy vengeance from Sydney, holding back the wall. Still managing to hold back South Sea's jammer. South Sea's scrambling, trying to get in front there. Blockers in there helping the jammer. In the meantime, while all of this goes on in the background, in the foreground, Moody scores another 5-point pass.
Sydney Blockers helping Moody get through there. It's all about the communication on and off the track.
Moody through for another 5-point pass. That's one for every blocker and one for the jammer that she laps. Danny Zarko making her initial pass for South Seas. South Seas, of course, in the white and navy shirts. Sydney in the black with red trim.
We're 10 minutes down in the second half, or as we were calling it on the other track, half two. Whatever suits your fancy.
What about half two the second?
Yeah, that works too. Or half two, the return of the halftime.
Fast lap. Taking a running leap at the wall of South Seas. Doesn't bust her through though. She has to do it the traditional way, up the inside. In the meantime, South Sea has lead jammer status. They can score points and call it off if that's what they want. A Salt and Pepper having an excellent opportunity here, jamming. She manages to call that jam without Sydney scoring any points. Well, there you go. I was completely wrong. South Sea is scoring 3 points. Sydney is scoring 1.
Everyone getting nice and close on the jammer line. Moody and Fizzjig jamming. Moody being sent to the box with a blocking with the head. This will be a power jam for South Sea Roller Derby.
Fizzjig through for her initial pass. She is lead jammer. And she also has the power jam opportunity to score all the points. She's going to have to fight GC Vengeance for it first though. So, pardon me, Slayer Kinney. Moody managing to sneak away back onto the track.
Just think we've got another 2 days of this.
Fast lap does a pirouette around, pure energy to make her way through. But she is now stuck behind the wall of South Seas. She needs to step right and left and takes a gap through the inside.
We're still going to have a power jam start.
Slayer Kinney jamming for Sydney Roller Derby League. Crash Bandicoot jamming for South Seas. She came straight from the penalty box, squeezed her way through and got lead jam.
Southside trying to hold Slayer Kinney back as much as possible.
Crash Bandicoot managing to take a very big hit off Motherfucker. South Seas questioning the amount of points that were given. Referee says, no, I saw her hips. She says, really? Truly? She popped them over the line. Bonnie Jovi choosing not to question that score. And to this next jam, fast lap. Taking the reins for Sydney, and she steps out in front as lead jammer.
Salt and pepper being recycled by Sydney, trying to make her way through. And she does.
A Salt and Pepper streaking on the outside there. Doesn't get the opportunity to meet the pack even. Fast lap scored 2 points and then called that jam off. There is only 13 more minutes left in this game. South Seas will be wanting to close that gap up a little bit more. Danny Darko jamming for South Seas, while Bonnie Jovi instructs her blockers to put their hips together.
Moody jamming for Sydney, pushes her way through, makes it look easy as making a biscuit, because cakes can be hard, let's face it.
Yeah, Moody certainly can find a hole in any blocker wall, but she is sent off for a multiplayer block, I think. No, for a track cut. That gives a power jam to South Seas. Danny Darko grimacing on the face there. She's done a fair share of jamming today. She manages to get past GC Vengeance, who's been sent off for blocking out of bounds.
South Sea currently with pack advantage over Sydney. Danny trying to get as many points as possible with this jam.
Moody gets a 4-point pass there, as does Danny Darko. Level pegging. Another 4 points there for South Seas. Moody using amazing footwork there, just getting her way through that pack. She adds to her score. 12 points for this particular jam. It seems that South Seas are not able to stop Moody from her jam magic. All the same, that jam, a very positive one for South Seas, scoring 23 points to Sydney's 16.
We've got Fast Lap trying to make its way through at the front, being recycled to the back now. Fizgig being held by Sydney's walls.
Fizgig deciding there was no point trying to hunt down Fast Lap. It would have only wasted time there, so she called that jam off with no points scored on either side. Moody's back for Sydney. She's on the jammer line in the black singlet with the red stripes. She's up against the Salt and Pepper in the white and navy top.
Moody pushing away through. Salt and Pepper really having to work to get out, and she's out. Less than 10 minutes to go.
Sydney managing to only add 1 point to the score there. And Sydney have sent Fast Lap to the jammer line for their team.
Fast Up using those long legs of hers to get back around to join the pack again.
Big shout out to Bont for bringing us the Bont Invitational, done in conjunction with Roller Derby Australia, Newcastle Roller Derby League and Sydney Roller Derby League. Bont, lighter, stronger, faster. Pure Energy jamming for Sydney Roller Derby League, using brute strength to push anyone in her way out of the way. Doesn't always work for her though. Pure Energy sent off for a low block.
Living up to her name though, putting on that speed to get to the box as quickly as possible.
South Seas through on their initial jam.
Fizgig looking to the ref there, asking, shouldn't I be lead? Yes, yes she should.
Fizgig through for a 5-point pass. Energy using fancy footwork there to avoid a track cut. She manages to make her way through the pack and draws a power jam with Fizgig sent off for a track cut.
It's my favorite type of jam though. If there was going to be a jam, all the power.
Is that when you're in offense or defense?
Both.
Energy pulls a 5-point pass. Bench coach Bonnie Jovi urging her players to do that blocking thing that they do again. And in the meantime, Pure Energy not particularly happy with the call as she saw it, even though she got 5 more points added to the score. And that jam, Sydney 10 points, plays Southsea 7 points, with just over 4 minutes left on the game clock.
But first, a black timeout.
That gives me the opportunity to remind you that the event sponsors today are Roller Derby Heaven and Bolters. Bolters provide us with the event equipment, chairs, tables, screens, dividers, all of those sorts of things. That was Roller Derby Heaven and Bolters. That team chant seemed to involve mathematics.
I think there's some equations in there.
I got the 1, 2, 3 part. It was just all the other parts that I didn't quite get.
We might have to ask them after the game.
South Sea's waiting about, wondering if Sydney are going to field a team for this jam. Sydney decide they will. That's a more conventional start than when they don't field a team, of course. Not that I'm criticising.
No criticism here.
No, it would be interesting to see what South Sea would do.
All right, and we've got Crush Mandicoot on the line up against Moody.
I heard the chant, tickle her down, and then she went down and her knee pad fell off.
It's not what you want.
I think tickle her down sounds like a good tactic. South Sea employing the tickle her down tactic at this point of the game, wondering why they didn't pull this secret weapon out earlier. Moody, however, will not be tickled. She is lead jammer for Sydney. A hop and a skip, no tickles on her, 4 points to Sydney.
Got Juicy Vengeance for Sydney up against Danny Darko for Southsea.
Danny Darko stumbling her way through for lead jammer. Juicy Vengeance still stuck behind a very stubborn South Sea blocker, sticking to her like glue. South Sea trying to keep the pack happening. No pack call. Juicy is through for her initial pass. In the meantime, Danny Darko tries to score some points, instead gets sent to the penalty box for a high block.
Herbie Shovebug and Betty Doom working together to stop Juicy from getting through.
In the meantime, Juicy will have this power jam for about 30 seconds. She is working for every second of this power jam. Southsea obviously have left something in the tank. They are using their spare fuel. Juicy Vengeance, however, is fuel-free. She goes for the star pass to Fast Lap.
Fast Lap looking a little bit eager to take it there. Forgot to grab it before starting to move.
Danny Darko sent off for a back block, giving Fast Lap the power jam advantage. However, because of the star pass, there is no lead jammer to this jam. It will just go for the full 2 minutes. Fast Lap with the traditional plat flick. South Seas trying to hold back fast lap to no avail. That was a very big jam for Sydney, 17 points.
Moody on the line. Pushing her way through. She's out like a rocket.
Donnie Darko using her fans to egg her on in these last moments of the game, sneaking through on the inside. And she has all the power. The only jammer on the track is the jammer for South Seas, Danny Darko. However, in this last jam of the game, Danny has been sent off for a back block. She doesn't think that's particularly right. She takes a seat in the penalty box all the same, with Moody stepping out for Sydney, ending this jam, ending this half and ending this bout in style. Sydney Roller Derby League, unquestionable in their victory. And congratulations, of course, to the South Sea Roller Derby League Sirens for bringing all that they had to this game, not being intimidated at all by the larger pool of experience that Sydney bring. Carmen Miranda giving it all she's got in these last few blocks. Danny Darko doing a star pass off to Herbie the shove bug. And that is the final jam. Sydney fairly convincingly beats South Sea Roller Derby League, but congratulations all the same to South Seas for doing such a great job. And also, of course, congratulations to South Seas for playing right up until the last seconds. So this official review from South Seas Roller Derby, they believe that their jammer, Danny Darko, should not have received the back block call because she hit her own player. Of course, players are allowed to do what they want with their other players on their team. I mean, if they ask and, you know, consent is given and all that sort of stuff. However, head referee Number Cruncher says, ... The call was correct, Number Cruncher says. I think it was a back block, therefore it is a back block. So we're just waiting for the official final score. And the official final score, Sydney Roller Derby League 277, played South Seas Roller Derby League 63. Unofficial. Oh, man. Sydney Roller Derby League keeping their hands in chant. Simple. Assassin's Heart. No mathematics involved in that. Stay tuned and we will bring you an interview with one or both of the teams.
And I'm here with Crash Mandicoot from the South Sea Roller Derby Sirens. Hi, Crash, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
How'd you feel after that game?
Fantastic. It was a really hard game for us, obviously, the score. But yeah, we fought hard and we enjoyed it.
Nice. We do have to ask, can you please tell us your team chant?
Fight, ready, team, and South Sea Sirens.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're our words.
Very good. And how do you feel your team will go for the rest of the tournament?
I think we're going to do really well. We've been training really hard. We've come off some really good games at Bendigo Rebellion and a trip to Adelaide, which we did quite well. So we're feeling really strong and, yeah, ready to play some really good derby.
Awesome, sounds good. Anything you want to say to the fans at home, anybody maybe watching?
Thanks everyone who's helped get us here, and thank you for everyone's support. Yeah.
Awesome, well thank you very much. Thanks guys. Thank you. All right, and I've managed to wrangle a couple of the Sydney skaters over here. We've got Bar Slap and Pure Energy. Hi, guys.
What's up?
So, Bar Slap, tell us about your armbands.
I crocheted them. It's tapestry crochet, and it's stretching a bit, but it's nice and woolly.
Other than that, did it go all right for the game?
Yes.
And Pure Energy, how did you feel that game went?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Feeling pumped for the tournament?
I'm G'd up, yo.
And how's the rest of the team feeling? Any thoughts, feelings?
It's going well. We've been keeping together really well. It feels really cohesive.
I think somebody's a little bit microphone shy. Anything you want to say to the fans at home? Any supporters, friends, family?
Thanks everyone at SRDL for supporting us. We love you long time.
Hi, Dad.
Thanks very much, guys.